Today I have a huge confession to make to you all. I am Kuchislayer77, the man who made the greatest Fallout New Vegas video known to man. I have talked about JoJo's Bizarre Adventures being so holy. I play Rust and I talk to people who shoot me in the face. And I also make Schizo Hatsune Miku AI voices. But today this confession is something deeper. Something more that's gonna hit you right in your ball sack or your vagina. Or your non-binary parts. I don't know. I think that Chainsaw Man is the best anime slash manga right now. Take me to court right now. Take me to court, sue me, throw me in the jail. Boo! Boo! That's stupid. Chainsaw Man is not the best anime slash manga right now. Fuck you. Okay? That's what you're saying to me. That's what you're probably thinking about me right now, right? No. No. Sit down. Let me convince you. Now, besides one of the biggest mangas right now, Berserk, or you could even argue maybe Vagabond if you heard of it. I feel like it's a pretty big manga. JoJo Bizarre Adventures, still ongoing. Hey, it's still being holy. Even the Demon Slayer manga, Jujutsu Kaisen manga. There's millions of mangas out there that you could say that are definitely better than Chainsaw Man. But Chainsaw Man is different. And I know. Basic bitch alert. No. Okay? No. It is 100% different from the average mangas that you see. And the reason why I say that is because when you look into a manga, for example, like a shonen Demon Slayer, like that's a shonen, I'm sure. Let me check real quick. Hold on. Yeah, it's a shonen. It's a shonen. Okay, Chainsaw Man is also a shonen. So when we look at a shonen like Demon Slayer, it is very like what's the fucking word, man? Oh, fucking it's very minimalistic. You know, one lane, one good story, good characters, and it connects things well throughout its timeline. Kind of like One Piece, Dragon Ball Z, Naruto. Chainsaw Man is 100% a different shonen manga. So we're gonna look at one like Attack on Titan, for example. Attack on Titan was very dark, gloomy, and had very, very good writing. I didn't really care for the anime adaptation. I, sue me again, sue me again. I watched, the main seasons, read the manga for the final bit, and I do not regret my choice whatsoever. But we take a look at Attack on Titan, it kind of brings you down to figuring out that the loved protagonist is becoming the antagonist. Okay, so that's new. That's different. Pretty sure a lot of other shows have done it. I can't think of one right now. But when you go into something like Chainsaw Man, it's more like a Berserk feeling, and not like an aesthetics or story. I mean by in the tragedy of things, because Berserk has this habit of like going on all like, hey, you like these two guys? Yeah, they're good friends, huh? They're good. Yeah, they're good. Look at these guys being two good buddies. Hey, having a great time. And it's just, you keep reading, and all of a sudden it's like, I don't know if you heard, that's me punching my hand, but that's literally what it does. It's just fucking, my hand is your face and my fist is the book punching your fucking face. That's what Berserk would do to you. And it does that to you so often. But with Chainsaw Man, it does that consistently and fast, rather than, Berserk being slow, like, oh, like, look at this story, like, look at, Guts handling it, and then boom, happens. But then Chainsaw Man, it's nothing like that, all right? Because sometimes in Berserk, it takes a few chapters for story to develop and, characters to come into play and for tragedy to happen. Chainsaw Man, literally, bro, he introduced all these fucking characters. I'm not gonna get into any spoilers, but I am gonna give you a little hint. It's like some of those characters you really, really like, man. Like, they got shirts of these characters. They have them, all over the place, all right? It's just like, yep. Sorry about that. sorry about that. On to the next. Sorry. That's literally how it feels. Like it's so irritating. It's so sad. It makes me so fucking mad and sad. But that's what makes it so different, in my opinion. Okay, it takes these aspects and it really drags you into these characters fast. You know, when you meet Power, you like her because of her personality, her flashy, you know, word play. It's not flashy, but it's like, what I mean by that is like she's always, you know, narcissistic and always putting herself on top and putting people below. She just talks differently. And then you have Aki, who's like very kind of nonchalant, deals with Denji and Power, and eventually grows to really like them and be there for them. And I'm not saying nothing, so I'm just gonna leave you with that. Okay, you don't know anything, but the author has a tendency to take things like that away so fast and so quick. The best example I can say is like the Rize arc. That's a movie that just came out. I read the Rize arc a long time ago. I knew what the fuck was gonna happen. I went into that movie theater mentally prepared because I knew what was going to happen. And I've seen the big blow up on social media of everybody going like, holy fuck, dude. Holy fuck. Like, what? It literally makes you think that. When I was reading the Rize arc, I was so happy that Genji met a girl. You know, she seems cool, you know, and then you find out all the stuff, like you find out she's a little fishy, and then boom, I'm the bomb devil, gotta blow your ass up. That's how it is. Like, and that's how it's gonna be for the remainder of the series, I think. And for the next few volumes, so next season, you'll see that it's going to kind of be like that. But there's no spoilers. That was not a spoiler. Okay, I'm not trying to spoil anything for y'all. But you see how like it was written off as like a Gooner anime. And I knew from the get-go when I was reading this manga, it made me feel like it was kind of like more Gooner type because of, you know, people that it brought in, and you know the things with Rize, you know, her being a little, you know, naked, and Power, and Makima being a little, you know, spicy, you know. But once you go deeper into this manga series, it really takes a toll on you, the reader, and how you feel about the series. Not in a bad way. It's more like in a Berserk kind of fashion way. But I think it's different because it's so fast paced that you desensitize to this, and it's not a slow burn to any of it. You know what I mean? But that's what makes it feel. It's what I mean by it's not a slow burn to like any of the tragedy that takes place so quickly. Is like that stuff. It's like a one and then you smoke it, you're done. But I feel like it's slow burn into something bigger, you know, to make it go out with a bang. And Fujimoto is known to have his characters suffer. All right, you could take Fire Punch for example. That man literally is in eternal pain the whole series because he's on fire and cannot. I'm not gonna get into it, but he can't die. He just keeps regenerating, and the fire keeps on burning because of some power that, you know, did that shit to him. Unfortunately, Fujimoto has a knack for making his characters suffer, and I think that's what makes this series so special because every manga creator makes their characters suffer for a period of time. You know, Guts, Tanjiro, fucking Luffy, fucking Naruto, big characters like that. Can't think of any. Kaneki suffered for a period of time. It's just something that authors do. Thorfinn, sorry, I keep fucking doing it, but it's just something authors do, or creators. I'm not gonna say authors, but let's just say the creators of these mangas do to, you know, have character development. And I think Fujimoto is more like fast with it. You know what I mean? And I feel like this is gonna develop Denji better than what he is now, especially in the chapter I'm in. It's very, 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 very interesting on what direction Chainsaw Man is taking. Because I can tell you right now that I am reading a good handful of manga. I am reading currently Berserk, Vagabond, Chainsaw Man. I am going to finish season 2 Jujutsu Kaisen and start that. I was reading JoJo Bizarre Adventures Part 6. So I am still in the mix of reading manga more than I am watching anime. So it's like Chainsaw Man is keeping me going, dude. Like that shit, I want to not read it so fast because they are really, really fast reads. Like that's the thing I hate about the Chainsaw Man manga is that I can finish it in a matter of like 30 minutes to 45 minutes. It it's like very picture oriented manga, not too much speaking. When they do speak, you should be reading or you should be, listening on the anime. But it's majority of the time like nuts to bucks, nuts to butt. All right, not nuts to bucks, nuts to butt. Action, and it just keeps on going. It just keeps on going. So I just wanted to, come over here and talk about Chainsaw Man or whatever. It's 2 minutes till Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see you guys hopefully in the Metal Gear Solid video next. I don't know when I'm gonna get that done, dude. It's a hard video for me to make. It's a lot of fucking talking I gotta do. I barely talk like 18 minutes? No, like 10 minutes about Fallout New Vegas. I have to talk about every Metal Gear. I don't know. I might narrow that Metal Gear Solid video down to like my favorite Metal Gear Solids. I don't fucking know, dude. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will talk to you whenever I feel like it. Bye, guys.